Hi everybody, welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be giving you some safety tips, seniors, and anyone else who has any mobility problems, or even if you don't. Safety around the house, safety in the garden, outside, near the car. We also have some beauty tips, but I think you'll enjoy all this. And by the way, thank you all for subscribing. Those of you who have not subscribed yet, come on, join our family. We're having so much fun aging successfully and easily, and many tips along the way to make life easier. Plus, we have a lot of fun. So, enjoy the video. I hope you will. And now for the beauty tips. All sorts of things that make my life easier. First, but it's called dry shampoo made by Tresemme. There are lots of brands on the market, but this one I happen to find and I like. I've been using it for about a year, maybe a little more. I never even knew these things were on the market, but it's a great thing to volumize your hair. And also when you don't want to wash it in between showers or whatever, this is a great product. My hair, like everyone else's hair who's aging, I used to have good thick hair like my daughter's, but it's really thinned out over the years. But this product, you just spray it into the roots of your head, basically your crown here, maybe on the sides, a little bit in the back, just the crown. And then you, it's slightly damp, and then you rub it into your scalp very quickly. It only takes a couple of seconds. And then all of a sudden you'll notice your hair is volumized, it's fluffy, it's soft, and believe it or not, it looks like it's just been shampooed. So I love this, especially for the volumizing. So that's number one. Number two, my Benadryl gel. It's not necessarily a beauty product, but I consider it one. The mosquitoes love me. They don't love mousse, they love me. Maybe it's my sugar-sweet diabetic blood, I don't know. But this past summer has been horrendous. And this gel, which I found on Amazon, I bought a couple of tubes. It's called Benadryl gel, and it eases the itch, which is the main thing, which when you scratch, the mosquito bumps will become unsightly, and you don't want these to appear. So this is great. You can find it on Amazon, Benadryl gel, and it also, I think, helps to make them disappear quickly too. Eyelash curlers. I haven't used one of these, I bet, since college. And a couple of weeks ago, I went out and I thought, I want something to make my eyes better. You know, I have the hooded eyes, and my eyelashes, like my hair, have thinned out. They're not as long as they used to be. And so I thought, well, I'll get an eyelash curler and see if that helps with the opening up of the eyes. I went to CVS and I saw them for $25, $26. What did they used to be? $1, 50 cents. But I did find one for $6.95 and I bought it. But I found if your eyelashes aren't long enough, they really don't do much. If anybody has any tips for eyes, this is the one area I'd love to improve a little bit. Not surgically though, no. And let's see what else. Oh, this little thing is a tip. This little tiny, about 2 inches long, like a little tweezer, is an eyeglass cleaner. They call it a spectacle cleanser. And what you do is you take this little contraption. It has two, I would say they're rubber or silicone, something semi-soft pads inside. You take your glasses and you put the glass between the little, what do you call them, the little pads, and you rub back and forth. And you just go around and around, and you'd be surprised how clean. Right, Moose? Moose uses. Moose keeps one next to his bed, and these are wonderful. As a matter of fact, when I put them on, I can see the difference. This eye is so much clearer. keep one next to your bed, keep one in your purse. I bought a package of these on Amazon once again, and I think I have about 20 that came in the package. They're called Bangdi, B-A-N-G-D-I, Microfiber Spectacle Cleanser. And you get about 20 in a bag for, I don't think it was more than $10 or $12. Definitely an improvement on the liquid eye cleaner, and so handy. All right, let's see. Oh, this St. Ives. This has been around, a product or all products made by St. Ives for a long, long time. And I would say about, oh my gosh, 25, 30 years ago, maybe 35, I bought something called St. Ives Elastin, something about a stress gel. In fact, this is only, I don't know, maybe a couple months old, and this is a stress gel. I thought they had discontinued this. I remember the moment, the first time I put it on. I was sitting upstairs in our daughter's bathroom. The daughters had bedrooms upstairs in our family home. And I was sitting on the sink looking into the bathroom mirror, and I put this gel, it's a clear gel, on my face, all around under the eyes, and within minutes, as it dried, I noticed this smoothing, maybe a tightening of the skin. And I really noticed a difference under my eyes and on my face. I couldn't believe it. And I used it for a couple of years, and for some reason or other, it seemed to disappear from the market for a while. But this is wonderful. You can get this in the drugstore. I know there's products that cost $100 and more that do this. I'm not guaranteeing that it will do that, but even now when I put it on, it does seem to have some sort of a firming effect. And they talk about elastin, and it says cucumber and elastin in this. And I do remember that cucumber was one of the ingredients in the one a long time ago. So try this. It's not expensive. I'm not guaranteeing it will do what the product did so long ago, but it's worth a try. And the last, what did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th beauty tip. And this is something you won't believe. This is an e.l.f. product. We all love our e.l.f. products. You can get them in Walmart or Target, drugstores, not expensive. I love the eye colors. I like their makeup. I like everything by e.l.f. This is called a color concealer stick, and I have used it all up. I can't even get any more. In fact, I have to get one. What I do, I don't usually wear a lot of makeup, but I do for videos or whatever. If I go out for some reason or other, I do like to smooth out the imperfections, the discolorations that appear, the old age spots and whatever. What I do with this stick, believe it or not, I don't put any primers or other makeup on. I put a couple of streaks, my forehead, a couple on my cheeks, each cheek, one across here, one here, maybe down the marionette lines, here, laugh lines. And then I take a few drops of one of my essential oils. And I have a couple of these. I've shared these with you before. I do have very dry skin, and I've told you I put them on my face. I still love my Nivea, which is my main product on my face every day. And this oil does smooth my face and make it feel better. It takes away that dry, tight feel. Take a drop or two of this essential oil, and I wet my fingers with it, and I push it on top of the color stick, the makeup, and I just smooth it around. And believe it or not, it smooths out all the little imperfections. It hides them. Pull it down on the neck, and voila, I'm set to go for the day with a little bit of blush, a little bit of, always like the mascara, and I've got to learn how to do something in here with the hoods, and set to go. So those are my 7 beauty products, and I hope you enjoyed this. Our one and only bathroom in the cottage, very tiny. And I think I mentioned to you about the bars. I do want to talk about that. The bars to help pull you up, which is right here, and the toilet is right there. The bricks in just to make the wall look a little older, and I also did my marbling of the walls. Now, this is my little bit of Christmas, of course, that I have a little bit here and there. But these bars are so important, and this helps you to rise from the toilet and give you extra help. Now, this little thing, does anyone recognize what this is? This is the old clothespin holders that we used to hang on the pulleys years and years and years ago. And I found this in an antique shop. And guess what I keep inside? My curlers. It's a good place. It's handy. Keep my curlers right here inside, since we are low on storage here, but it's cute and it's handy. Also, if you're wondering what's in here, this is our shower, and these bricks and stones I placed around the edge of the entry. You have to remember this adobe is 80 or 90 years old. And now in the shower, which by the way doesn't really have a light, is a shower chair. And I think all of you, or many of you, might feel more comfortable in the shower with that. I know my husband does. And it is a great help. It has the bars. It's just a simple shower seat. You can get these in the medical supply places, or quite frankly in thrift shops as well. There's a lot of aids like this there. By the way, we had another handle installed. I'm inside the shower, so I might sound like I'm in a tunnel. Inside the shower, so that you can grab it, hang on to it. Remember this tool that I showed you in our last video? It's a foot-long, it's a foot-long tweezer. And I found it, I think, at a swap meet with some. Okay, as you can see, I've taken the stopper out of the bottom of the sink, right here. And kind of hard to do with one hand. You can kind of guess what's going to happen. You squeeze it, go down, squeeze it, and voila, anything that's down there will come up. I do love my samplers. I've spoken about those before. I have them all over the house. I do have one in the bathroom too. Love them. Oh, and another important thing in the bathroom is a nightlight. We always have a nightlight, which we leave on. Now we're going to talk about a few beauty products, a few more that I have been using that I didn't get to mention in one of my last videos. So, not too far to walk. We are back in the bathroom again, and we've discussed the safety tips of the handrails. This is great for your piggy toes. I've talked about piggy toes before. Let's see if my batteries are low. Nope, there it goes. Goes around and around, and it will file down those difficult toes. I think in one of our videos, and this is you can change the heads. This happens to be a diamond head for some reason or other. But a while ago, I did a manicure and a haircut. Moose and I sort of gave each other a TLC time. He was polishing my nails and I was cutting his hair. And Moose has trouble with his piggy toes. He has to see a podiatrist very soon. And I've gotten to the point where I can't take care of his nails anymore. And I did get out a hedge clipper as a joke when I was going to try and clip his toenails. I did use a rose clipper. That worked. But now I can't do it anymore. But this will help file down your toes if they're not too bad and you're not in need of a podiatrist. Is the only one that I find really helps soften your heels. After you use the little egg to help your heels and your feet. Maybe you still go to the salons and have this done there. Being a diabetic, I don't like to do that. I prefer to, and I'm still able to do my own feet. After you do your nails and you're working on your nails, even your fingernails, particularly your feet, it's a good idea to put your foot over the open toilet and pour some of this hydrogen peroxide just for safety reasons. Make sure no infections set in. I forgot to mention my beautiful handmade bathroom door. We only have 3 doors in the Adobe cottage that are like this. They're all hand wrought and beautiful. However, over the years, there has been a buildup of, I'm sure it's everything from hairspray to whatever, and this is a work in progress with me. As you can see, this side of the wood I've worked on and scrubbed. I've been using everything from Lime Away. Usually the Lime Away will work. I've gotten as far as this. This we got, and I love it, in England years and years ago. Here we are in my little Adobe kitchen, tiny, tiny, and this is one of the best and easiest things that make my life easier. Moosey has cereal every single morning, except sometimes on the weekends we break it up with some eggs or bagels or whatever. But he loves his cereals. And you know how those cereals come in those big giant boxes now? Well, I don't have much storage here. And up in my little cupboard here, my shelves aren't tall enough for the cereal boxes. So what I have to do is I have to cut the top of the box off and kind of fold it down, and they're a pain in the neck. So I've devised a way to keep Moosey's 3 favorite cereals in something that saves me a lot of time and anguish. And here they are. See these canisters? These are the glass canisters, 2 of them with wood tops. I wish I could find more. I think I found these in a thrift shop. And what I do is I keep Moosey's favorite cereals in here. Here we have his Frosted mini shredded wheat. Here we have his Raisin Bran, okay, and over here, Honey Nut Cheerios. Now sometimes we switch them around, but he's pretty much a creature of habit. And here's such easy. So what I do is I take the cereal bowl, I come up here, I scoop out the cereal of the day, I go in the refrigerator, always blueberries on top of his cereal, a little milk, and either a banana or an orange from my nice vegetable bin, and out we go with his coffee, and sometimes a melon maybe, and maybe afterward something sweet. So that makes my life a lot easier. Try it. Get some of these glass canisters. They're wonderful. The tops are easy to get off, and it keeps the cereal fresh, and you don't have to deal with those big, ugly cereal boxes. Good tip. Helps me. I've always been obsessed with the little enamel ware. Back in the late 60s, we had a little small table in the kitchen, enamel-topped table with little drawers that would pull out, and the whole top was enamel. It was a small little table, and it fit in our kitchen. Do you remember those days with the enamel top? Very easy to clean. I don't even see those anymore, but I do love the enamelware. Over here, my bread box. I've shown you my vegetable bin, and this is something, actually I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and in here, I keep all my crackers. My Wassa crackers and saltines, keeps them fresh. These are not totally airtight, but certainly just as good as a cabinet. So containers like this help me be a little more organized in the kitchen. It's not my #1 suit to be organized, but this does help. Favorite tools in the kitchen? This might be elementary, but here's mine. Bought this when we went to see Martha Stewart in a mall a couple of years ago, and this is a wooden handle strain thing. This is wonderful for pasta and vegetables, and this is when you're making your favorite fondue. They always say to stir with a slotted spoon. You can see it right here. Slotted spoon lets the mixtures go through, and it's supposed to be a wonderful way. I love wooden utensils. Okay. I have a mallet, an old wooden mallet. When you have to flatten your chicken or something, this is wonderful too. Mashing. And also the big tweezers. not tweezers, I forget what you call them, but these things are great for moving things, turning things over, either in a frying pan, or if you're baking something in the oven, it has to be turned on the other side. Elementary, but favorite tools. Now, I don't have a lot of room on my counters for machines that you use. And so my mixer is an old one. We've probably had this 20 years, and it's a Braun mixture. You just push the button, plug it in, and it really does do a good job of mixing things well. I particularly use this if I make a cheesecake. This really whips up the cream cheese and the eggs and the whatever else you put into it. Well, that's it. I have a lot of other things, but these are my faves. Also, of course, that for the eggs and various other things, your spatula. Okay. Look at that vegetable bin. Isn't that great? Doesn't it remind you of the old days? I'm sure my mother had one of those in the kitchen. Now this holds vegetables, fruit, and I was always cluttering. I don't have enough room on my counters anyway. I keep bananas and oranges in there, which Moosey has one of every morning. And in here I keep all my onions. And down here, potatoes, different kinds of potatoes. Isn't this the greatest thing? Each bin is removable, so you can take it off, just hooks right on. You can put it up on your counter if you have to. Isn't this great? Absolutely love this. I bought this a couple months ago at Hobby Lobby, and I can't remember, it was $70 or $80, but it was on sale. I think I got it for $39 or something. It was wonderful, and I love it, and it's a great addition to our kitchen. And it's a lifesaver. Clears your counters. Don't you love it? And now we're on our way outside. Here I am back in the car again, in the back of my van. But it's a good place to hold things as I tell them to you. A lot of these are going to be safety tips that help make our life easier and safer. And safe is the magic word here. I know we have a lot of earthquakes, and I know all over the world there are power outages due to floods or earthquakes or whatever, and it's so important to have lighting. I love these planes going over. You can buy them at Home Depot or Lowe's, and these should be probably next to your bed. All kinds of lighting. Besides this, I have some lanterns, and you have to change the batteries ever so often, but let's see. Oh, this one goes on. This is so easy to use, and you don't want to be fumbling with switches that you can't find in the dark. All you do is pull this up. I bought this one in Big Lots. Now this is a small version, but they have large ones, and these you can sit on a table and it will give you good surrounding light. I would suggest getting several of these. I've given these to grandkids and various kids just to keep on hand, because we do have power outages, especially now this summer with the heat. The electric company has had a lot of power outages, but earthquakes, whatever. Love these lanterns, up and down. Get the bigger ones, get the small ones. Great safety tip. Flashlights. Everybody knows about flashlights. We did have that nice big long fireman. One of our firefighter grandsons bought us one, the big long one. Very powerful flashlights. And I love these little ones that that you keep in your purse or next to your bed as well. We have a lot of these. I put these in the kids' stockings at Christmas time too. Should always have a light with you if you're coming home in the dark and you want to see the key hold to your door or whatever. Get a bunch of these little ones. And also, which we find very important, keep a big supply of all sorts of batteries, going right from the AAA, AA to the bigger ones all along. Find out what your appliances need and keep them on hand. Another one I love, and believe it or not, I use, and I just ordered a new one today. I'm going to take my hat off for this one. Look at this. These headlamps you can use for so many things. When I sew, I'm a big sewer. I have my sewing machine set up in our little second bedroom, which is also a big closet. And these tilt, let's see if I have it on right. Well, it should be the other way because these tilt up or down. The lights go on. I probably can't, because I can't see. I can't push the right button here. But all these lights go on, and especially when you're sewing, I can point this down at the sewing machine and still keep both my hands free. I'm gonna send it back up again. And Moosey just ordered a visor that has a LED light and magnifying glasses, mainly because he's been painting paint by numbers lately. But I love these. These you can buy in the drugstores. You can also order them on Amazon.com. A light headlamp leaves your hands free. I use it mostly for sewing because for some reason or other, my sewing machine, this little light zeroes right down on the plate where your needle goes up and down. And other than that, the sewing machine light doesn't seem to light up that area as well as this does. So these are important too. What else? Oh, did I talk about magnifying glasses? This is amazing. How many of you can't read the recipes on the boxes or magazines with the tiny print? I can't, even with my glasses on. Sometimes things are so tiny. We have magnifying glasses all over the house. Moose has one or two next to his chair in Moosey's world. I keep one next to the bed. I keep this nice big one in the kitchen for my recipes, reading recipes and everything. Magnifying glasses saves you so much stress, especially if it's not in the kitchen or if Moose has taken mine out, I have to walk out and find one. Keep one in the kitchen, keep one next to your bed, keep several of them around. These are so important. Big, big tip. And my last one, maybe it's not last, I have one or two more. These little self-lock measuring tapes. And this one goes to 12 feet and it's not really heavy. I keep this in my purse, or if it's not in my purse, it's in the car, and it's for shopping. When you're out shopping and you're trying to buy something and you can't remember the measurement of a piece of furniture or an area where you want to put something, keep one of these on hand. A measuring tape is really important in your purse or in your car. You'll always have it with you when you're shopping, and you won't have to call your husband and say, well, how can you measure how big that dresser is? Good one. Ooh, this is starting to get heavy on my eyelids here. And of course, you remember my tip in my other 20 tips that make my life easier, aging successfully. This is good for your car. Cleaning the windows is wonderful. It's 6 feet long. I have an extension. And also this, which I know a lot of my followers on YouTube have gone out and gotten these. One lady buys it because the acorns, I can't remember your name, sweetie, but that was a cute thing to use this for. The acorns keep falling on her windshield and she wants to save the window. Great idea. And she uses this windshield. Look back on that other video. 20 tips that make my life easier. This is great. I use it because the sap from the eucalyptus trees get all over the window, and I don't want to have to keep washing it with this. My fill-up container that puts the water on the windshield is broken, and supposedly they say they can't fix it. So I have found that as a remedy. Now, I gave you a little tip in my last, as you can see, I use my car as a storage room half the time. Do you remember when I showed you this in our last video about changing the sheets? We were doing housekeeping. And I gave you a little tease and I said, wait for the next video because I'm going to give you some tips. I discovered this, or someone discovered it for me, one of the kids maybe. It's a shield, I'm going to put it on, that goes underneath your mask. And it keeps your lipstick from getting on. That's one thing. But what I love it for is, and I'm not out that often, but when I'm out there, either at Apple or at Best Buy with the Geek Squad, because of my technical problems with my iPad and my YouTube filming, not so much the filming, it's the techie problems. I'm talking all the time, which Bill says I do anyway. But it keeps the mask away from my mouth and away from my nose. And you just put your mask right on top of it. I bought a bag of these. I think there's 15 in the bag. And I'm gonna give them to all the kids. Great little tool, isn't it? It's made of silicone. And the bag, I think I got 15 in a bag for $12.98. Also Amazon. And I do apologize that I can't put, where's my hat? I lost my, oh, here it is. Don't forget your clogs too, by the way. Your outdoor clogs for your garden. You know I'm a clog girl. I apologize for not being able to put links below. I don't have an Amazon store set up, so I can't do that, and it would take me forever to try and find the links. But I hope I've given you enough descriptions of all these products so that you can go on Amazon and type in and hopefully it will show up. One of these days, hopefully, I will get an Amazon store. I don't know whether I'm ready for all of that, but there are companies evidently that will do all that research, and all you have to do is tell them the products that you're trying to talk about, and they will put the links on for you, and that will save me a lot of time. So until our next video, thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to give you ways to keep your life as stress-free as possible. I happen to have a lot of patience. I'm kind of an easygoing person. And when I have a problem, I try and find something that is going to make it better. And that's what I'm trying to do for you. I want to thank you all for all of your Holly going out, picking up the kids from school. They've started back to school. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for subscribing and commenting, all of you new subscribers. And for the rest of you, if you have not subscribed, come on, subscribe and join our family. We're in this for the long haul. We're 83, and we hope to keep going with a good life. Not necessarily too awfully active these days, but enjoying the simple life, enjoying the garden, the birds, enjoying each other, and that's the main thing. And we hope that we're bringing you some entertainment, perhaps some inspiration. So come on, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. There's a lot of you who watch us that don't subscribe, but come on, join the family. We love you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the support that you are giving us. We love your comments, and I read every single one. Love you. God bless us all. Bye-bye.